Liverpool as a city, especially for skating, is like so sick because it's quite small. So all the spots are like really far away from each other. So it's dead easy to like skate from spot to spot and like just have a nice little day out with the lads, like skating about town. When we were kids, we'd go by the unis. The university's got loads of spots, to be honest, which is like, you could spend the whole day there if you wanted to, but like there's like a new spot that's just opened up by the uni accommodation, like international students uni accommodation, and other people, like, because most of the time in the university you get kicked out by the security all the time, but at this spot they're like happy for you to skate, and they think it's quite nice, like having people outside, like hanging out, skating and stuff like. So there's the cathedral hub of spot that you skate into. That's just like 5-minute walk up the road. It wouldn't really be a spot that people would just go there to, like, do you know what I mean, have a session on, because it's quite scary. But like, if you wanted to go try something and film chick, it was just right there. And you could walk up there easily. And then you can just skate down the hill, and then obviously you got New Bird there at the bottom of Chinatown. And then just round the corner from New Bird, you've got, I think it's called Norton and Scrap Banks, I think. Yeah, the steep courses with the wall rides round the corner as well, they're sick as well. Yeah. The way Liverpool's shaped is sort of like a trough sort of thing, so you just start at the top in the unis and like skate down, hit up other spots in a way, like sort of end your day at like the pier. How I got into skateboarding was obviously like through my older brother Oliver. So I was always just going out skating with him, and all his mates was like, you know, like Tom and everyone from the shop. That's like sort of how I was introduced to everybody at the shop through my big brother. So, do you know what I mean? Being the younger brother on the session and like having all the like half like big brothers in the skate scene looking after you and pushing you to do stuff. I always felt like there was like that support there, where like you cared about what you were doing. And you seen like how much you loved what you were doing, and you're like, oh, sick, like, and then they backed you.
Yeah, dude, gnarly, bro.
First time seeing Mackey skating as a kid, you know what I mean? You're like Mac 10ing it through ramp works. I mean, like taking slams, sliding halfway across the floor. Definitely having people like Mackey and like Howard and the city that you grow up in. Do you know what I mean? Watching them skate, you like see how they skate and you're like, yeah, that's sick. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to go fast.
Wowee! That was chaos. And I broke my glasses.
Hey, I'm Dave Mackey. Hate that, shouldn't have said hey, so I'm gonna go back. I'm Dave Mackey, founder of Lost Art. Opened the shop in 1999 in Quiggins, in centre of Liverpool. And we moved from various locations over the course of that 25-year period. And now we have a space in Brick Street, in the Baltic Triangle. And this is our new home. And hopefully we'll be here for an awful long time. Reasons for moving here, as I say, we wanted to have a bigger space, be able to carry more products, but also have a space that was versatile, that we could, you know, have events. It could easily be utilised for various things. We've got a coffee machine, so we've got a coffee shop, fully licensed bar. So we're open till midnight whenever we do events, and it's just really kind of trying to make sure we've got different revenue streams. It's not just selling skateboards that bring the money in to keep the shop open. So trying to do more for the community, so we're able to invite people in. They can use the space free, you know, because we get the press off that and bringing new faces into the store. We've had a number of events that are framed around the Raemers Foundation. Did a Q&A here. We had a yoga session this morning. It's so versatile, the space. We can move everything around. It's multifunctional and hopefully a blueprint for how other people can build skate shops in the future. It doesn't have to be about just selling skate product. I think the scene's definitely got younger, which was, you need that youthful energy. You need new people coming into skateboarding, fresh ideas. And it's certainly a huge group of girl skaters now, which is fantastic. Liverpool girl skaters have been very active for years, and now we have a space by Bird Skatepark, which enables us to do more events with them and just encourage younger kids to come through. The scene's really thriving.
Hi, I'm Steph. I run Liverpool Girls Skateboarding, just trying to engage more women, girls, non-binary people who want to try skateboarding and just give it a go, and for their mental health, for their well-being, just feel good about themselves. I think as a woman growing up, especially in the 90s, I grew up with skateboarders around the place and there was just no female skaters. And I think I always wanted to, but you just never were able to put your foot in the door. But from Manchester girls skate scene, seeing that grow and then bringing that into the community here with like meetups and events, and now more females working in the skate shop as well. It's just great to see that impact has kind of grown over the years and how that's going to help and see younger girls kind of grow and see that too and be inspired whilst they grow up.
The luxury of skating for 40 years, in my case, is you meet so many people along the way. And having a skate shop that is now 26 years old, in that time frame, so many people have asked to ride for the shop because perhaps they didn't have a local skate shop that they could ride for, or they just really liked what we were doing and the people around it. Also helped that Geff was from Liverpool, Geff Rowley, and he rode for the shop. And I think in the case of Ben, when Ben obviously came to visit with Rye and Barney Page, they both felt a sense of, I think, the fact that I skated and the fact that everyone involved in the shop skated, they both asked to ride for the shop, and I was, blown away, because having skateboarders of that ability, their talent and their energy, want to ride for the shop is always humbling, and it's always been something that I don't take for granted, but definitely something that makes me feel proud of what we've built and created in Liverpool.
It's fucking wet. Okay. Do you want any wood or anything? It's broken now. It actually is, I'm not even joking.
So obviously when Ben passed away, it was a real shock for the Liverpool skate scene. Ben spent a number of years here, but a lot of the guys who skated for the shop when Ben first got on moved to London, so they became really close friends. And it, as I say, it was a real shock for us all. We'd all got very close to Ben and really, enjoyed having him here and going to visit him in London. And he was always someone that talked very passionately about Lost Art and Liverpool. And for me, that always meant the world. Seeing him in Thrasher wearing a Lost Art t-shirt was something that, you can't buy that. That's something very special. And losing Ben was a huge shock to us, and the reason why we constantly talk about Ben, we will constantly involve the Raemers Foundation in everything that we do, and we will continue to do that as long as the shop's here. Since Ben's passing, have really become more in tune with each other. I think there's a lot more conversation around mental health, and I think the foundation's name gets cited constantly. In any charity that I speak to in Liverpool, they're certainly aware of what the Raemers Foundation does and the good work that it does and continues to do. So yeah, for sure, the foundation being set up in Ben's name and opening that conversation has really assisted so many people, and I think skateboarding is certainly leading the way in terms of that conversation around mental health and of course physical fitness, but mental fitness is vitally important. I think every single person in here has dealt with something in some way, and some people have dealt with some really heavy shit. And all it takes is for somebody to believe in you. You know, in the case of Geff, you know, you wouldn't believe he's ever been challenged by anything. But yeah, you know, he certainly has, but he's one of the greatest people you'll ever meet. On and off the board, he's just like, just got it like that.
Yeah, growing up skateboarding in Liverpool was quite tough, actually. I do have a memory of getting chased from the pier up to Quiggins, which is where the original shop was. I was the only kid who got caught and they snapped my board. I went into Lost Art afterwards and I remember Mackey being there and I was like crying my eyes out. I must have been about 13 or something like that. They like just sorted me a fresh board there, do you know what I mean? Like they calmed me down, they looked after me, and I'd been into a few skate shops before, and Lost Art was the first one that really kind of like welcomed me and made me feel like a part of skateboarding. It's so important to have that space to be able to like connect with people who, there's no one else who appreciates like the dedication and the pain that you go through to, you know, push yourself in skateboarding. We just started a coaching program for kids in Calderstone School, which is Geoff Rowley's old school. It's a real honor to be able to go and teach there. I love kind of like bringing them into the world of skateboarding because there's so many positive aspects to it. You know, resilience, being able to get back up again and, you know, try your hardest no matter what task you're putting yourself to. You know, it's really good seeing kids achieve their goals and be able to watch them kind of progress and, you know, develop just as people, like not even, you know, with just skateboarding. I'm really grateful to Mackey and everyone at Lost Art for giving me that chance.
Welcome to new Bird DIY, and we're here on this fantastic sunny Sunday afternoon for Ben. All his friends are here, and the session is on here. The sun is shining. This is new Bird Crawlies. Yeah! This wall for a trick now.
So my name's Molly. I'm a support coordinator with Creative Support, and I oversee the Liverpool Lights, which is our crisis cafe. So it opens 6 p.m. until 1 a.m. every day of the year, and we support any adults who are struggling with their mental health. You don't have to book an appointment or make a referral. You can just come and see us and come and have a chat and a cup of tea. We'll never ask anything you're not comfortable with us asking. And then we can support with onward referrals, or we also have a social inclusion service. So we do activities of a daytime. We support people who maybe don't have a diagnosis, maybe have multiple diagnoses, or are trying to coming to terms with what their diagnosis means. We have clients that have been coming to us for years, some people that come once and then get the support they need and then don't feel like they need to come again. And some people that will come weekly, monthly. It's always nice to see a friendly face. And we do build up quite good friendships with some of our clients, and it is really lovely to see people again.
We're doing the raffle! Raffle! Come over here!
OJs!
My name's Chris of Manifestive CIC. We support young people from underserved backgrounds across the whole of Liverpool. And we use a range of sort of tools and techniques just to create space and environments through workshops and things and help young people explore themselves. You know, there's a lot of mindset and mentality things that can support skateboarding, but also the community and the connection is vital. Looking to use some of that really to support other young skateboarders and budding skateboarders across the city.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much.
No worries. Does anybody want more? Alf, we're getting in. Come on, don't be shy. Things happen when the pressure's on. You skate out of your skin. The adrenaline takes over. You'll exceed yourself and your awareness, you'll fly.